Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Live with Lewis. Guys, thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button now. Guys, we actually have a guest. It's Michael Lewis. He is an IT phenomenon. He is a YouTuber. He is all the above. Roll the intro. All right, we're back. Okay, that was a good intro. I love that intro. So let's just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. Let's just go ahead and do it. We've had some technical issues again.
Terribly.
It's been really something. We tried to start recording at 4:15 sharp. I'm like, when you start recording,
And the setup process was longer than before that.
Yeah. It's now 6 o'clock. So yeah. Well, let's just jump right into it. Michael, where did Michael come from?
Michael was born in Mount Sterling.
Really?
But
I didn't know that.
I moved around a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
So, West Liberty, Jackson,
Mississippi.
even went to Ohio for a little bit.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
That's
for
impressive.
a little over a summer.
Yeah.
And then I grew up mostly in Perry County.
Perry County. Buckhorn, baby.
Yeah, Buckhorn, baby.
Yeah.
So
Didn't they just flood down there? 2 years ago, probably, or last year?
this summer will be 2 years.
Yeah.
I think. Like
Wow,
in July.
It don't feel
or
like it's
something.
been 2 years.
I know, man. Like
That's
if you
crazy.
think just a lot of things really just I don't know how much time passes, I guess. It's insane.
Yeah. So, you went to high school in Perry County, right?
Buckhorn. Yeah.
Buckhorn.
Mhm.
Yeah. How's that? Did you graduate?
I did.
Hey,
yeah.
congrats.
Thanks,
That's
man.
cool.
Got that high school diploma. But,
Yeah.
but it was small. It was very small.
Like the school was small?
Yep, it was a K through 12 school. The elementary and high school was one school.
Really?
It was one half was elementary, the other half was high school.
Wow.
So,
that's crazy.
and-
See, us, we went first through fifth in one school, sixth, seventh, eighth in one school, and then
Oh, wow.
ninth through 12th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ninth through 12th in
High school.
high school.
Okay. Yeah, it was just all one school for us. But, Buckhorn was really small, though.
Yeah.
So,
That's wild.
yeah.
Never heard of
Do you ever just see children in passing, like
Yeah, if you
very small children?
Yeah, if you pass through at like a certain time around lunchtime, you would see the younger grades, walking to lunch or leaving lunch.
That's
So,
wild.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
little crazy, but the school did get affected by the flood. I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
actually still remodeling at this point. They went. I've got a buddy that works in the Buckhorn school system, so they gave them like a vacant school in Hazard
Yeah.
for Buckhorn to temporarily use, and they've been using it ever since the flood. But
Well, that's good they had that.
yeah, I could be wrong, but I think that the school will be finished this fall.
Okay.
So,
Like the remodel of the school?
I think so. Unless I'm wrong, unless I've just misheard something. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they're getting remodeled. Brand new,
Yeah.
that basically at that point.
But the school was already kind of new. I think it got
Ah,
built or remodeled before I got there. I think in I could be wrong, like 2008, 2010-ish.
yeah.
I want to say.
Wow.
I got there around 2013, 2012.
Got you. Wow. Well,
So,
that's crazy.
mhm.
So you graduate high school, right?
Mhm.
But what's the next step after that?
Straight to college.
Straight to college.
I literally had my bags packed from the house that I grew up in Buckhorn.
Yeah.
And I moved in with my grandma in West Liberty, which was an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
And then obviously West Liberty is 30 minutes from Moorhead. So as soon as the fall came around, I went straight to college right after graduation.
So obviously you majored in IT.
Actually, engineering.
Yeah, I forgot. You are an engineer.
I am an electronics and computer engineer,
That's sweet.
if you're looking at my degree. But
Yeah.
obviously I'm in information technology.
Right. So is that what? How am I trying to word this? Was that
Is that
like
what I was expecting?
exactly
Yeah.
like?
Not really, no. But a lot of the classes that I took mainly focused on like manufacturing.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say a large portion. It was kind of more like 30% was manufacturing, And then you had a larger portion that was like electronics based.
So whenever you say manufacturing, what do you mean by like whenever I think of manufacturing, you're like making stuff?
Like think Toyota.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Toyota,
of
like creating parts or tools
right
for like assembly lines or things like that, modeling any types of parts, engineering, that kind of thing.
Wow. So there went the broken part of what happened. The GoPro shut off. So not the good one, not the one.
Okay,
yeah,
so
not the one.
We're good. Okay,
we're good, gang.
No more
we're good.
technical difficulties.
Yeah.
That's good.
But so how long did it take you to get your degree?
4.5 years.
4.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why half?
Because I had a terrible advisor who told me when going into college that 12 credit hours was the norm.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually 15. That's like your pretty common semester of school.
Yeah.
And so I think I did 2 years of 12 credit hours.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those, not 2 years, I'm sorry, 2 semesters of 12 credit hours. And
So 12 credit, sorry to interrupt, 12 credit hours a semester?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's actually 4 classes. It's actually recommended to do at least 5.
Yeah.
But some people take classes in high school that,
that'll help towards it.
Yeah, that'll help towards when you go into college. So that gives them a little bit of an advantage going in.
Right.
I didn't do that. So I was already sort of not really behind, but I didn't help myself before.
Right.
So 12 credit hours is the equivalent of 4 classes, and I was taking 4 classes my second semester as well, which...
24 credits?
Yep. But when you go into college, you have to take electives.
Right.
And
like high school. Did you take electives in high school?
We didn't have a whole lot of options either because we were so small.
Yeah.
It was like JROTC and then gym. That's like your electives.
Wow. Okay.
You still had to...
What about choir?
Nope, there's no choir.
Really? There was like no music class? Did we have a music class?
If that's what you want to call it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there was any music to be had.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah.
No, we didn't have any music.
So we had like music and like drama.
I think we watched movies in that class.
I don't even remember doing it.
I don't know. That class didn't feel real to me.
I think we had a forensics class my senior year.
That sounds pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I think
that would have been sweet.
Some people told me they watched a lot of like Criminal Minds or maybe like NCIS or something
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's sweet.
Yeah, but the advisor that helped me though with my 12 credit hours that second semester, she made me take a class that I had already taken the credits for in an elective.
Yeah.
So I basically took one of those classes for fun.
Ew.
But I still paid for it,
Yeah.
and it didn't count towards my accreditation.
Your degree and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And at some point down the line, I found out that 15 credit hours was the normal.
Yeah.
So, dude, I was playing catch up the rest of my college career.
Yeah.
Taking summer classes, fall classes, or like winter classes.
Yeah.
And then there was even a semester I had to take an 18 credit hour semester, and it was tough.
Wow.
Jeez.
Working. Let's see. No, that I was not working 2 jobs at the time. It was 1 job.
Yeah.
But
Bookstore, right?
Bookstore, yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, I did work 2 jobs and 15 credit hours.
My God.
And that
this
sucked.
guy.
Yeah, trying to stay in school, pay for tuition. 'cause
Right.
I didn't get any scholarships really, except for some like financial aid and some, they called Keys money at the time.
Yeah,
but
we got that too.
Yeah,
I didn't get much, but we got some.
Yeah, I think it depended on like your
GPA
and something else.
So I want my $2 that I got. Yeah. If it goes off GPA, I want my $2.
Dude, no.
Like this is insane. Where does it go? Where did my Keys money go, Round County? I want it.
I think you only get it if it goes towards an education, like higher education. So
I mean,
what's the one where they fund people for playing lottery? Like they,
is that a thing?
No, okay. So like people play the lottery, right? And then I could be completely like off base on this. Let's just go ahead and like.
No, I think the taxes.
No, there's something about it, yeah. Like you play the lottery, and some kind of money goes towards schools.
That's what the lot. That's that's what most of the lottery money goes to.
But like it's something like that.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I heard the same thing that majority of your lottery money.
Yeah,
like because they're not all winners. You know what I mean? But that goes to like schools and roads and stuff like that. Like.
Thank you for making my life better with your gambling addiction. I'm sorry it sucks for you, but it's great for me.
Thank you. So whenever you was in college, did you ever decide, hey man, maybe this isn't for me?
Oh, dude, every day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think I doubted myself probably every day, but, it's one of those things that you just kind of stick with.
What like, if you could have changed your major, what would you change it to?
I don't think that I would have changed my major because I actually did change my major going in. It was actually going to be computer science, but I looked at the program to see what kind of classes you had to take.
Yeah. How many you had to take twice?
Yeah. right. And I think, if I remember right, there were 2 physics classes and 2, maybe 3 calculus classes.
Yeah.
Now, with what I went through, computer engineering, it was 1 physics class, no calculus.
Good.
So I ended up just changing it because
Yeah.
I suck at math in general.
Yeah.
But so that's what I ended up going with was computer engineering. But to answer your question, I don't think I would have changed it.
You want to be like a doctor?
No, that's not for me. But if I had to do something different and completely do it over, I probably would have went into a trade for like carpentry.
Oh, yeah.
Carpentry, probably.
Yeah, at MSU, everybody goes for business.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your major? Business.
I don't know yet, so business.
Business?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
But yeah, carpentry, because I took a vocational class in high school instead of the forensics class.
Yeah.
And we did carpentry and
welding.
Welding.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But mostly carpentry, and I really enjoyed carpentry. It was really cool.
Believe it or not, I took 3 semesters of carpentry.
Really?
Yep.
Do you still retain some of that stuff?
No.
I just remember.
Look at Skylar shaking her head. No.
So I remember it was, let's see, the studs are 16 inches apart, right?
Yes.
So
Supposed to be.
Yep. And then, is that right? Oh, yeah. She's smiling.
Well, the studs in our house, they're 2 foot.
Oh.
They're 2 foot centers.
Oh.
Yeah, try hanging something.
Dude, I bet that's
Best of luck to you.
a nightmare.
I'll show you after we get done, but in behind that monitor, I'll show you.
Okay.
It's not, that corner, there was a stud on that corner.
Right there?
The corner of the
on
wall.
The corner?
Mm-hmm. That was the only place.
Okay.
If I want to go 2 foot that way.
But the norm is 16 inches. Is that right?
Inches, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
16 inches.
And then we built a wall, we built like a light bulb and wired it and stuff, and then like
You built a light bulb?
Sorry. We wired a light bulb and then
Yeah.
had like a 2-switch thing,
Yeah, turn it on and off.
Yeah, on 2 different switches. So.
That's something that scares me to death. Electricity.
Wiring or
Just electricity in general. I don't understand enough about it. Like I understand enough to probably get me dead. That's about it.
I don't think people really understand electricity. I just think they understand how it flows, maybe. So.
I know you turn on a light switch and lights come on sometimes.
You never like stuck a fork in an outlet or anything
Hey,
at any point in your life?
no, I have.
Okay.
What'd you say?
A fork, like in an outlet?
In school.
Did you?
No.
You asked that like you did. Like you didn't do that
Yeah,
before?
right.
In school, we it was a spork,
Okay.
and it was still shock.
Plastic?
Still shock you, yeah. Everybody told me that's an insulator, dude. It won't shock you.
It's an
And
insulator,
I'm like,
dude.
bro, you're so right. And I stuck the spork in there, it shocked the shit out of me. It was bad. I was like, okay, not
That
doing
you
that anymore.
never stick a plastic spork in it.
No.
Yeah.
You would think. I mean, just thinking, you would think they were right, but
You would think.
Never do
it was
that
in
again. I
Todd
guess.
Campbell's class.
It's like a weird flex, though.
Yeah,
So you just pull out that fork, like, I'm going to put that in outlet. Like, dude, it's totally an insulator, dude. Like,
yeah.
you know?
It was a subtle flex. I thought, I'm like, God, this guy's so
like,
cool.
what do
Did
you
you play it
know?
off like you were cool? Or did
No, dude, no. I'm like, I'm dead. This is it. Like, I'm
scream?
dead. Yeah. I got shocked by an outlet. Come on, man.
I know a buddy of mine that went to college and he was trying to plug in his charger for his phone, and the way that he was in his bed and he was trying to move the charger to it, so he couldn't really look, and he was, I think that's how it was, but he was like touching the metal prong on accident,
And he sticked
and
one.
when he stuck it in, it jolted him real
there you
good.
go.
Yeah, just real good.
Yeah,
Real
just
good.
enough to
Yeah,
like,
since we're on the topic of getting shocked, my buddy used to have he still has the dog, but it had a wireless fence around his property.
Sorry.
And I was holding the dog, and I was carrying it,
No, dude.
and the dog was mauling me, like it knew that it was about to get chopped, and it started like biting me real bad. And like I went to drop it, but like I was like falling with it. It was a German Shepherd. It was a pretty big dog, and it was a puppy, and I was carrying it. And it shocked him. It shocked me. And I got dog bit 3 or 4 times. Dude, I'm serious. That happened.
He tried to tell you.
Dog bit.
Huh?
He tried to tell
No,
you?
yeah, dude, he tried to tell me. That really happened.
He warned you.
Yeah.
You didn't listen.
No. No, I was like, God, your dog is awful. It's so mean. And then I took one more step and he was like, dude, it got me. And the dog was like, arr! I was like, dude, I'm so sorry, dog. His name was Copper.
Sorry, dog.
Poor
Yeah,
Copper.
sorry, dog.
Sorry, dog.
But anyway, sorry for that tangent. So Michael, you also have a YouTube channel.
I do.
What made you start? Let's get to the bones,
Okay.
bones of the YouTube channel. What made you want to start doing YouTube?
Well, I'm sure, like, both of you, I don't
Yeah.
know, Gage, if you watch YouTube much or if you're into it. but-
Religiously.
Re-
It's bad. It's
dude,
a problem.
It's literally free TV to what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, you can, anything that you want to look up to watch.
Podcast.
There's something. Podcast.
Yeah.
There
Check
you
out
go.
the podcast. But, I guess it just started at a young age. I just found, like, a group of content creators that
Right.
I enjoyed that play games.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, it's kind of one of those things you look up to and you're like, man, I wish I could play games for a living. Or,
Yeah.
you know, I wish that I could do this for fun and get paid. But it probably started from there. And it was just, I feel like a lot of the YouTube that I watched growing up is how I got some of my humor.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I watched a lot of machinima type stuff. Obviously, they're not there
Oh,
now,
yeah.
but machinima.
That's crazy.
Inside Gaming was the one that I started with, like the big YouTube group.
Yeah.
And they eventually evolved into Funhouse. So I don't know if you guys have watched Rooster Teeth or.
Oh my gosh, I knew it was coming. I was trying to think of the name, and then you said it.
Do you know Funhouse? Have you watched-
So I remember like the Rooster Teeth stuff with like all the Halo videos and stuff.
yeah, Red versus Blue.
Religiously, I used to like binge that.
Oh
was
yeah,
great.
it was.
They ended up
dude,
making like an actual like TV show or something, right? On something, I thought
They-
they actually
On
like.
I think it was on Netflix.
You know what I'm saying? They actually put it on something or had it like
the actual
episodes
Red
out.
versus Blue on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know where that came from. I just
Yeah,
thought
it
it
was
was.
Rooster
I
Teeth.
just thought it was Hello. I just thought it was Halo people. I'm like, man, they
no,
made a
no.
Halo movie. That's
No.
It
cool.
was
It is.
all Rooster
But
Teeth.
see, I didn't understand why they were red and blue.
I think it was just the team colors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, but in Halo, the guy's green.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't understand. I'm like, this is so stupid.
I watched them years ago. It's been so long, but I think they had a bunch of seasons. Well, not like a bunch, but they had.
Yeah,
more
they
than-
had like a pretty good chunk of like at least like episodes, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm. And now they've got like these membership type only content where you have to
Yeah.
go to their website.
Oh,
yeah, like a
yeah.
Patreon, something like
Yeah, but Funhouse ended up breaking up with a lot of the original members that made it. There was a lot of issues and drama behind the scenes, but I feel like that happens a lot with a
Yeah.
bunch of YouTube content creator groups.
Yeah.
Right.
that. Let me engage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Give me some- Thank you.
But I guess that's where it started for me, but what about you guys? I'll ask a question. Who did you start with YouTube?
With me, honestly, like as a kid, I didn't watch YouTube.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
yeah, growing up, we didn't even have internet. Like, I didn't really get it. I didn't really get like exposed to YouTube until probably whenever I was 20, maybe. Like, I would look up like
You probably knew of it.
yeah, I knew of it. Like, I would look up like how-to videos and stuff like that. But like actually watching it, I never did that. And once I started watching it, I think the first thing I watched was a podcast. So I was, because like the first podcast I ever watched, I think it was Impulsive, maybe. I can't remember. But just the thought, I've always enjoyed like learning about people, like learning like why they tick and stuff like that. And a podcast is a good way to do that. And I don't know. But then I learned that you could like watch gaming videos and you can watch basically anything you wanted. So yeah, until then I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Because me personally, like most YouTubers, they do their own thing. They don't get bothered. I mean, they get bothered, obviously, but whatever they want to do, they do it.
Right.
And that's kind of what made me want to do YouTube. Is because if I want to post 15 videos a day, I can. If I want to post one, I can.
Yeah. Right.
It's my own. You're kind of like your own boss. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
That's why I want to do it. But
Yeah, I got you. What
I don't
about
know.
you, Gage?
So, for me, I mean, I've played like games and stuff for, I mean, as long as I could hold a controller.
Yeah, same here,
I've
man.
played this since PlayStation 1, 2, 3, Xbox, Wii, anything you could think of. And growing up, it's just all I ever did. I loved it. I love everything about it. The older I got, the more, YouTube became relevant, and the more I just saw just everything out there, all the gaming stuff. And I always thought it'd be really cool to do something like that. Now I've kind of dabbled in stuff. I kind of want to take the leap toward like streaming and stuff like that. I mean, there was a time in middle school, I would like take my phone and like prop it up.
I think we all did that.
Prop it up and like start recording stuff and just whatever it was that you were playing or doing, just rambling off and like trying to prop the phone up and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, like that's so cool. Like if only I could do that like the other guys do it.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Now we are the other guys.
Oh, now we're the other guys.
Yeah, we are them.
But fun fact, I would have been like 7th or 8th grade probably, like 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Long time
sounds
ago
right.
now, it feels like. Yeah. The first ever interaction I had with like YouTube and YouTube people, there is a video of me playing Gears of War 3 that a buddy of mine made, because he used to like record clips and stuff for himself and for like other people like in our friend group. And there was like a couple guys I knew from like a clan, and we'd like message back and forth. They made like YouTube video stuff, and they were like pretty known for like the game. Yeah. And it was just like the coolest thing ever. I just felt like a million feet tall. It just felt so cool to get that interaction from those guys. So.
It ended up being like FaZe Rug or somebody.
Yeah.
Like somebody super famous now. And you're like, bro, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why didn't you bring me with you?
All right.
But back to your YouTube. What kind of content like do you post and stuff like that? Like what tickles your fancy?
Oh, like Gage said, gaming.
Yeah.
I'm about the same way. As soon as I was able to hold a controller, I was pretty much.
I'm gonna get that on a shirt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that on a shirt. It's coming.
But I think I started with the PlayStation 1. As far as I can remember, it was a PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Played a little bit of like Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, but PlayStation 1 is probably where I have a lot of my fondest memories. And believe it or not, a Spider-Man game. It was Spider-Man PS1.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah. But at that time, I was like, man, these graphics can't get any better than this. It looks just like Spider-Man.
Right.
Dude,
it's got like now and he's just a cube. He's just square.
His fists are literally just like a ball with like edges on it. It looks terrible.
Oh, man.
But, during the time, I was like, man, this is the greatest thing ever. And then they started coming out with more games, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. But at that point, I moved over to Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Gears of War 3 was my jam, dude. MW2.
Religiously.
Gears of War 3. But yeah, it mostly focused on gaming. That's what my channel's about. I want to get into a rhythm with just making like reviews and stuff that I've always wanted to talk about and just share my opinion to people and just discuss things with people.
Yeah.
Because I think that just feels important to me, because I think being able to discuss video games with people, something that I'm passionate about, something you guys are passionate about, it's just, I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's something that I want to provide on the platform, but...
Yeah, I know you've been posting quite a bit of like content like that, and I think you're really good at it.
Oh, well, thanks,
like
man.
you do your research and everything like that. Like I'm not that. I don't know. I can't sit there that long, I guess.
Well,
but I'm glad you do it. But I've learned so much.
Dude, you're streaming. I don't think that I could just do some of the stuff. I can't really talk to a camera that well.
Right.
Or but it probably helps where you have a chat to kind of talk to start conversations with. But I don't know. It's just like, that's just something that you're really good at that I don't think that I would be good at. So there's like pros and cons, I think, to all kinds of content creation.
Yeah. So what's your favorite game out now?
I had a feeling you were going to ask me this. I don't know. So if out of recent memory, a recent game that's been out, probably Elden Ring.
Elden Ring?
Yeah. That game was
now you played
super
Elden Ring,
hard.
I've played quite. I've got, I wouldn't say a ridiculous amount, but between like 200 and 300 hours in it, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a decent little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So, do you want to hear my Elden Ring story? I
Go
played
for
it.
Okay.
I played it.
Let's hear it.
I played it.
Let's hear it.
So I think I played it close to as much as you did, 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty close.
I made
I think
it.
he's got
carry the one.
Yeah. I made it to the first boss,
Okay.
And kept on dying.
So like actual
Market the Philomen.
Yeah, so like actual like storyline.
No,
You walk out the door and homeboy's running around on his horse. So
yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
okay.
fair.
Yeah,
So,
couldn't beat him. So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah. So that's recommended to not fight him. I know it looks enticing, but
Yeah, fun fact.
you actually come back to him later. You just kind of like sneak with your little homeless ragged clothes on and just kind of walk around him. And
Games like that don't tell you stuff like that though, because that's kind of the point. You know, they kind of let you figure it out on your own.
that's what I loved about Elden Ring. I feel like so
Yeah.
many games these days hold your hand and tell you what to do, where to go. Elden Ring's like, okay, here's this world. You're gonna die,
Yeah, no, 100%.
and then that's it.
I'm so mad.
You just kind of, So what I did, I mean, personally, so the whole open world aspect, which was done like magnificently, but the whole aspect of that was like, you go out and you pretty much do whatever, you kind of figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
Well, I like that, but I also like at least having a little bit of a nudge. So I just had, at one point I had like 30 pages pulled up on Google Chrome.
Oh,
Of,
same.
like different
dude.
guides, like different bosses, different weapons, the armors I wanted, what kind of build I wanted to run, like just all this other stuff that I would just thumb through like hour after hour and just sit there. And it kind of gives you that direction. It's like, you go try to fight this guy and he actually wears you out. And you're just like, okay, like maybe not this guy, maybe this guy. And then you find things that start to work. And really in Elden Ring, once you get the ball rolling, like once you figure out your weapons and kind of what you're going into, you feel that like power creep. Like,
Yeah.
You do feel it. And then you're like, okay, like this guy earlier, I couldn't touch him. And now like he's easy.
Cooked him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
no,
then-
I probably should have went around that guy.
It's
Yeah.
a huge learning curve, though, because I actually I wouldn't say hated, attempted to play a lot of the Dark Soul games,
Oh, God.
and I sucked at them.
Yeah. Feel
But
that.
I didn't put as much dedication into those games like I did Elden Ring. I like the writer, George R. R. Martin.
Yeah.
He made Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that they were working on a game from Software, that's the developer that made Dark Souls and Elden Ring, but they were working with George R. R. Martin. I was like, oh, dude, I got to get this game. And then I saw that it was like a Souls-like game, and I was like, dang it. I suck at Souls games.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't get it until the weekend after it came out or something. And then I saw all kinds of stuff on TikTok. The TikTok edits were insane. That was like the marketing for the game for me.
Literally, yeah.
And I was like, dude, I want to shoot meteors from the sky. I want to have this big sword that's like 3 times my body weight. And, and I got it. I was very, very pissed the majority of the time playing it. But I also loved it because it was, you might be able to, I guess, relate, but when you struggle with a boss for so long and then you finally get it and then you see that enemy failed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was the most satisfying thing ever. You're just like, I did that.
The worst part about like the lead up to that is like you're sitting here, you're getting like you're starting to get it more and more, and you get to a point where you're so close and you fall short, and then at one point you pick up the controller and you turn to the side and you go,
Oh, this is $70.
and you're like, maybe next time. Maybe next time. You get back to it, and then you beat him, and then you go, okay, I just saved my controller. Like, you're lucky.
You're welcome, controller.
Yeah, like you're lucky that I won that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you fight that boss for 5 hours. You're like, easy after you beat him.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not do that the first time?
Did you ever fight Millennia?
No.
I did, and it
No way.
freaking sucked.
Oh, I
dude.
bet. All the videos and stuff I've seen, it's so cool though. All like the no hit runs, like
Oh,
who are you?
Yeah, like
how
that-
are you that good?
that one dude. Did you ever see that thing? I think he played on PC. He was called "Let Me Solo Her."
Oh my god.
He was literally a dude with.
No, that dude's crazy.
He had like a helmet or something on, but he had nothing else on.
Yeah.
He just had like a little loincloth thing on his
Yeah.
character. And I can't remember the weapon he used, but dude, he would join people's worlds. That's how the co-op worked. You
Okay.
could join people's worlds to help them, and he would literally just sit at that Millennia's spawn and join someone's world to help them, and he would be like, okay, let me fight her one-on-one. And he would actually beat her.
every
people.
time.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
every time. He's like, there's some kind of like records and all this other stuff. They've like sent him all kinds of cool stuff. Like the dude has, I don't even know what like his kills are up to now, but it's just something crazy. Like the amount of times this dude just loads up and he's like, hey, like, hold on, let me go take care of the trash real quick.
Yeah.
So
And he's really good. I've seen so many different clips of him doing it, and he is like, it's not just a stroke of luck. He is really good at the game.
Yeah.
He's memorized her
Oh,
attacks.
100%.
Just like the frames to not get hit, and it makes me mad just thinking about it because I'm nowhere near that good.
Yeah.
So cool, like being good at those games, like that stuff, because like they're made to be a challenge. It's not like you just go find one weapon that makes you beat the whole game. It's like,
See, I need that.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Like, if I
gonna
find
give you a
this,
challenge.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
you're like done, right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
But that's probably why I
But-
don't play games like that.
But if I had to choose my favorite game of all time, I would probably, I'd say Skyrim.
Skyrim. Yeah.
I play that game every year. It's something I always go back to. I will play it for a month, a couple days, a week, sometimes longer than that. It just depends.
Yeah, just something always to go back to.
Yep. And then the mods for it's just insane, especially now that I have a
PC,
pretty
yeah.
good PC that can
Yeah.
load a lot of those mods. I actually downloaded a mod pack that was like 400 gigs, which is
Wow.
insane.
Good lord.
And it's called the Novus mod collection,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. It revamps the game completely
Yeah.
to the point that you really don't even recognize it. But
I'm scared to download mods.
well,
I don't know
It
how
can
they work.
definitely be intimidating.
Yeah.
100%. You don't
Yeah.
just go in and start clicking stuff.
Yeah, that's me though. That's
Yeah.
that's how I'm just like
yeah, it can be intimidating
Yeah.
for sure.
we'll,
But
we'll get a professional come do it.
yeah, I can. If you need help downloading mods, man, I'll
Yeah.
help you. But it also depends on the game. You obviously can't use mods online or whatever.
Right.
But
Right. That makes
but-
sense.
what about you guys? What's your favorite games or recent favorite games?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Respect it.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Anything recently, I have this I don't know, I just have this thing, like I just bounce back and forth between so many things like that has been out and that I've been playing for years. Like I just fall into the trap of these online like skill-based matchmaking, live service, like FPS third person shooters, and it's like the idea of playing like these online multiplayer games is just like it just keeps drawing you in. Like I just have such a hard time diverting my attention to like anything else, and I hate it because I want to play all these games,
Yeah.
but then like I'll download something and I'll start playing it, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, no, maybe I'm gonna go play COD, or maybe I'm gonna go play this or that.
So you like competitive shooters, competitive games?
For
kinda
sure.
thing? Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to like get myself out of it and enjoy other things, but in terms of like all time, big Borderlands guy,
oh, okay, yeah.
very big.
I like
think
Borderlands.
I think between like Xbox 360, One, and now PC, there's no way that I don't have at least a couple thousand hours in Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So,
Since then.
do you think that a lot of your competitive or wanting to go to competitive games kind of started or stemmed from Borderlands, where you're always grinding for like certain loot? Do you think it kind of stemmed from that?
The competitive thing, it's weird where that come from. So I think naturally, like, I just have like a very big competitive drive. I didn't play
okay,
much
yeah.
sports or anything in school, but I always wanted to. I played a little bit of football in like ninth grade. Besides that, I mean, games have just kind of always been my thing by nature.
Mhm.
So all the Call of Duty games, watching all these big time guys like Sniping, FaZe, and Pomage, and all these other guys back in the day, and just playing them, and I've just always wanted to be good. So it's
Yeah.
like I never just play a game and be like, "Oh, this is fun," and I enjoy not playing well. That's never a thing for me. It's always I have to play as good as I can. I have to get better. I have to know everything.
You're always striving to.
Yeah, and it just kind of steamrolls from there. So
Gotcha. Okay. I get that. I was really heavy into that when I played Call of Duty when I was a lot younger.
oh yeah,
I play it a little bit now, but nowhere near as much because
Yeah, I try not to. I can't.
I think I
Yeah.
like went away from. I guess I'm still competitive, but not as much as I used to be. I see myself more going towards like single player games
Oh,
more
yeah.
so. But I get that competitive drive. Like every now and then I'll get that, especially
Yeah.
when I play like Fortnite with my nephew a
Yeah.
little bit.
yeah.
It's like, man, I really want to win so bad,
Exactly.
and it's
See,
like you
that-
get that little burst of rage
Right.
when you lose. You're just,
Well, see, that's what I can't get past. I'm like, I play so much that I'm like, I have to be I want to be the very best. And if I'm not, then I get so mad. I get
Yeah.
so heated. but that's why I try to stay clear of like the first person shooter. I know I play them. Don't get me wrong. Like I will play them, but I try not to get super in depth with them anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it just eats away at you. It really does.
Yeah, like my favorite thing growing up was like zombies. Like zombies has been my all-time favorite. Like Call of Duty zombies and stuff like that has been my all-time favorite so far. Like that's probably my favorite franchise, I guess. Even you guys remember Advanced Warfare? Mm-hmm. They had zombies. Did you guys know that?
Exo Zombies?
Yeah, I had Exo Zombies. Yeah, I done the Easter egg by myself.
Nice. Was that your favorite?
No, Black Ops 2 was my favorite. I know a lot
Transit?
Yeah. Like
Nice.
My favorite was I think 1885, Revolution 1885. It's like whenever you fall down in the mountain, and then like it's got the witches and what was that guy's name? Leroy. Jenkins.
the good old boy with the
bibs.
overalls on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what I played a lot growing up. And
I watched
like
gameplay of that. I never played it. The only
it's fun.
DLC pack I got for Black Ops 2 was it had the zombies map for like a skyscraper. But it really wasn't that good in my opinion. I remember when I started playing that as a kid.
Die Rise. I was going to say Uprise. I kept on thinking Uprise. It's Die Rise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of mad that I bought that.
That was the map that the Wonder Waffle came out.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay.
Wonder Waffle.
But
a little gun you can build. I don't know how to build it though. But
yeah, I don't know.
But the Wonder Waffle. But the game I'm playing right now, and I think we have to talk about it because it's basically the hottest thing on the market at this point.
It is going crazy.
It's Pal World, dude. I know we talked about Pal World on the last podcast, and I think we should talk about it again.
Okay.
I think as of right now, I screenshot it. I have it. I found it on Twitter. But
60 million views or 60 million players.
Yes,
overall?
16 million players overall, and that's insane. The other day,
think this is just PC and Xbox.
Exactly.
PlayStation and Nintendo Switch does not have Pal World.
That's crazy. The other day they had 2 million concurrent players
on Steam alone. Oh my gosh! And you got to incorporate PC gets Game Pass for Pal World, and then obviously Xbox.
Correct.
So those are unaccounted numbers.
Yeah.
So
that's insane.
PUBG, as far as I know, only released on Steam when it came out, and I know that's the only game at the time that it was a game you had to pay for.
Yeah.
That was the only game that's like its competition right now.
Right.
So for concurrent players.
Right now it is?
Like if you compare when PUBG's
launched,
most concurrent players, if you're comparing that. But right now it blew like all games out of the water. Like for concurrent, well, not out of the water, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Like it just steamrolled most games.
Yeah.
And then it's insane because like that meme you showed me about how the budget for like Starfield and then Pal World was just...
You know what the budget was for Pal World? It was
paperclip and a piece of string.
Well, it was
pretty close. Yeah, pretty close.
I mean, it was 6.5 million.
Okay.
Altogether. But like for the meme that I showed him, Starfield's budget was 210 million.
There you go.
So I mean that's insane. They found their graphics designer dude, like one of their designers. You know where they found him? At the grocery store.
I thought was it a gas station?
Or it might have been a gas station. Yeah, it might have been a gas station.
Or like programmer or something at a gas station.
Yeah. Literally they were picking people up that was like working like jobs. Like out in like, hey man, nice to see you at Kroger.
Pick them up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's crazy. And now who made Pokemon?
Game Freak.
Game Freak. So now they're like trying to sue the socks off of them, right?
There isn't confirmation that they're trying to. They're going to look into it because
I saw that.
There are, as much as I love Pal World, I'm a huge Pokemon nerd.
Yeah.
I have been. That was probably Pokemon Fire Red would probably be my like top 5.
I got them up there.
If not top 5, definitely top 10 of all time.
Yeah. That
I played because that was my first Pokemon game I played. But as much of a fan of Pokemon that I am, I think Pal World is really, really good for Pokemon.
That's what I kind of thought. Like, why can't they work together?
But, well, in the sense that I think that it's good is because this is giving or a Game Freak competition to make a better Pokemon game because
Yeah.
the recent Pokemon games haven't been that good.
Really?
Yeah, and I know I'm part of the problem because I buy them anyway because I love the game so much.
Yeah.
But it just makes you think, like, if a developer can make another, like a monster taming game
Yeah.
with the scope of somewhat of Pokemon, but with their own, I guess, visions,
Right.
then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But there are a couple pals that look a little similar to
A
Pokemon.
little sus.
So
Little
if
sus.
I had to guess, though, I think that Game Freak or Nintendo will attempt.
I say they're shitting their pants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. They're
They-
like, how did these people do this? How
And
is
get
this
away with
happening?
it.
Yeah.
How did we not see it?
Yeah.
But I think they're going to try, but I don't think they have a case. I
I
know
don't
that
think
a
so
lot of
either.
the pals that are similar, I mean, that's why you change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you can attempt to make your own design, but as
Yeah.
long as it's not like a complete ripoff,
Right.
I don't think that they have any grounds to really do it.
Yeah,
Because-
I saw. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're
I
good. Go ahead.
saw a meme that it was a video on TikTok, but it was like a lawyer from Pal World and a lawyer for Pokemon. They're like, these two Pokemon, they're exact same.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that.
And
Yeah,
then the
yeah,
one
yeah.
from Pal World's like, no, his legs are spread a little bit further.
And they were actually saying, because there was one was like Lucario, right?
Yeah,
but I can't
yeah.
remember what the
Anubis.
pal.
Anubis.
Anubis?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, no, dude, that's Anubis.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
that's Lucario.
Like, don't you see its name? Its name's literally Anubis. Like, it's different.
yeah. It's like, can't you tell the difference? It's
Yeah.
like-
So, how much Power World do you think you played?
I've actually only played it that one time that we played it.
Okay.
I haven't been able to play it as much because my nephew loves playing Fortnite.
Right.
He will literally spam call me to play until I play with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
But which is fine. I don't care. I just think it's funny. But then if I'm not playing with him, I've been playing a lot of the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
That I've never played before.
Sorry, go ahead. I'll
Is
let
that-
you finish.
is that good or
'cause
bad?
No, I have a great thing to
Oh,
say
okay.
when you're done.
Okay. So I've been trying to record stuff for it to make a video,
Right.
which I did post a video about it. But that's mainly where I've been right now, and I've been playing Cyberpunk mostly too, trying to finish it. So I've just got a lot of backlog for games, and it's
You ain't got
there's
enough time in the day.
much. There's so much, but I want to play Pal World. I
Yeah.
really do because I really enjoyed what I played.
Yeah.
For an early access game, out of all the early access games I've played, that's probably the most well polished. And I hate early access games.
Yeah.
I think they're, in my opinion, I kind of hate how they're like, okay, give us money for this incomplete game,
Right.
and we'll continue to work on it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's so fun.
I love it. I'm so addicted to it.
I don't know. Have you played Power Worlds?
Maybe an hour total. I mean, it is fun, and I'm in the same boat. Like, I would love to play it more and kind of
Mhm.
like take it somewhere, but like I said, same boat. I've got like 10 different games right now that I'm trying
games,
to
man.
play.
And 2023 didn't help. I will go on a limb and say 2023 is probably one of the best years for games, just because of the stuff that I really enjoyed came out
Yeah.
last year. It was just so much, and luckily I was able to pace myself and play most of them that came out.
Yeah.
But it's just a few of them I feel like I still didn't get enough time to focus on them because it was like, oh, in a couple weeks this game comes out.
Yeah.
You know, just because. I mean, just off the top of my head, you got that Dead Space remake that I played, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4,
I forgot about Hogwarts.
Dead Island 2, Tears of the Kingdom. Then you had Starfield, Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, Spider-Man 2. Dude, like, it just goes
Yeah,
on.
the
Like,
list
it was
goes on.
insane.
Did you want to say something about Batman?
Oh, yeah. What were you about to say?
So here, I don't even know how many months actually. I have like, there's been like a little seed planted in the back of my head that's like, you want to play these games, you definitely do. And then over the past like 2 weeks, I've been like diving down a rabbit hole, and I'm like telling myself
Do it.
like, do it, please do
Do
it.
it.
I want to so bad, and I
Do
think
it.
I'm going to. I'm definitely going to. That's gonna be very soon.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I kind of like want to do like the same thing. Like I want to do something with it. Like as of right now, I'm trying to make myself like launch into that. I want to stream stuff too and
Yeah.
do things like that. But I think I'm still trying to like get myself to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
But
It took me a while. I think that if I never started with the podcast, I don't think I'd ever live stream.
really,
Yeah. Because at the beginning of the podcast, like if you look in there, I was looking through my post the other day. You know how long my first podcast was? 10 minutes and 13 seconds.
Oh, I figured you were going to say like an hour and a half or something like crazy. Like you just didn't realize it and went crazy.
No, I was literally, and the whole time I watched it back, the whole time I was like, okay, now what?
Freaking
okay,
out,
now what?
yeah.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, now what?
Felt like you had to like always be doing something
Yeah, it was wild. But now, since I've been doing the podcast for so long, like I can jump in front of a camera now. It's weird. Like I can sit here and do the podcast, but like whenever I'm trying to like make videos like about games, I get so nervous.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know why.
Because the best way that I can explain it is it's like when you're talking to the camera, it's like someone you've never talked to before.
Yeah.
And I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with, probably a lot more comfortable. But beginning of recording, dude, just some of the takes that I would have, I would cringe so hard because I'm like, first off, you're hearing yourself talk.
Right.
Yeah.
And that took me a long time to get confident about, just get more comfortable with. But, man, it was just, I would get tongue-tied really easy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, once you hear that play over again, you're just like, God,
See,
it sucks.
What helps me is my very first, no one knows this, but like whenever I'm making a video like about a game or something, I'll look at the camera, I'll be like, you can do this. You've got this.
Positive affirmation.
You can do it. And then I play it back. I'm like, God, maybe that guy's right. Maybe I
I need to listen to that.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I can do
That
this.
guy's me.
But then it still takes me like 10 takes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I, then I second guess myself. I'm like, why am I doing this?
Right.
I don't have to do this.
Just get up, start pacing.
Yeah, well, I do bad. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be right here and I'll be like, I got it.
But then once you throw out that content, you're just like,
I'm like,
awesome.
Yeah.
Why was I so worried about that?
I can do this. This
Yeah.
is a dream of mine. I can do it.
So I've played a lot of Pet World.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I've played. So let's just get started from. So I got it on Game Pass. I was trying to be like cheap. I'm like, I don't have to pay for it. I got a Game Pass. So I got it on Game Pass. And the first day we played it worked perfectly fine. And then the second day I tried to load into it. And I couldn't load into the game. Like it wouldn't let me. It literally took me 45 minutes to load into it. So I played it. I think I played it for like 5 or 6 hours probably. And then I went to bed, got up the next morning, I want to play again. And it literally took me like an hour to get into my own game. Not even online, like not playing with nobody, nothing. So then I told myself, I'm like, well, maybe it's just the Xbox version.
Right.
Or maybe it's just the Game Pass version. So I said, I'm going to buy it. And then, of course, all my stuff's going to transfer over. So I bought it. Nothing transferred over. Had to restart. I had probably, I'd say 18 to 20 hours worth of me just grinding.
Mm-hmm.
All gone, dude.
All gone.
Terrible.
And then I played for probably 8 hours in one day trying to get back to where I was.
Yeah.
And in my own world now, I'm probably back to where I was. And then me and my cousin started a new world.
Oh, God.
So
it begins.
so then I started over.
The endless cycle.
I've made it to level 19 3 times. So everybody's like, so have you done this? Have you done that? I'm like, no. I mean, I probably have like 50 hours in the game, but I had to restart once. I technically had to restart a second time. So I have 3 worlds floating around out there just chilling.
Yeah.
But that's probably the only... Now, the game is a little glitchy. It can get glitchy, but it is in early access.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's kind of the only complaint that I have with it, honestly. Because it's... To me, everybody's like, well, that game's super easy. Bullshit. Like, I die so many times.
Oh, same. Same.
Well, one pet peeve I do have, right now you can't hotkey none of the keys. Like, you can't, like, change the keys, you know?
I noticed that because,
You can't.
dude,
The roll is control.
and the sphere, what do they call
Q. Spheres.
Oh, dude, and I'm, like, trying to go forward, and I'll fat finger Q, and then
Just throw it.
But you can't remap binds, is what you're saying?
Nope.
Not yet.
Or at least not the Q button. I know, I didn't try the other one.
Or the control.
You can't.
You can't hotkey
Nothing.
in it. It's that.
That's so
Because me,
frustrating.
where I'm not too keen on keyboard and mouse, like control for me, I have to go
Yeah.
and do it like that. But I'm hoping they'll fix that. I'm sure they
Yeah,
will.
no,
Yeah,
that's...
And they've got a lot on their plate at the moment because they probably never expected this game to go off like it did.
Yeah, honestly.
There's no way. I mean, they're fighting a lawsuit, boys. Am I fighting a lawsuit?
Yeah.
So,
but I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
If they do end up getting in legal trouble, I really don't think it would be that big of a ordeal for them.
I'll riot.
Yeah, but the game's here to stay. I think that's pretty obvious. Because I think that if it would have been that big of a deal, Nintendo definitely would have done something by now.
On it by now.
Yeah, absolutely. If it was that big of a deal, but if it's a minor thing, then it's probably just a bump in the road for what are they? Pocket Pair, I think, is the developers.
Yeah. Skylar, you care to zoom in on that picture for me? I just want to talk about some stuff. Hit control and slide in.
With the mouse wheel?
Yeah. Hold on one second. Oh, didn't do it. Okay. Well, anyways, I had a picture up here, but it's not working how we thought it was going to.
I can see some of it.
Anyway, the other day, though, there was an update. They do update Steam a whole lot better than they do the Xbox Microsoft deal. Mm-hmm. So, but they just released, I think, dedicated servers.
Cool.
So,
oh, wow.
Like a bunch of people can join like a dedicated server and do. I haven't tried it. I'm still trying to figure out even what to do past level 19. So, but that was kind of a big thing that they were talking about. And then PvP, it says up here PvP, they were trying to come out with it and stuff like that. Like a pal arena. Like me and you can go to a pal arena and my pal can fight your pal. Stuff like that. So, I mean...
Little sorry. I
feel like we didn't know that. But there's raid bosses and stuff like that. Like in-game stuff that I thought's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Sure. The fact that they're already talking about... Which they probably already had this stuff planned. But the fact that, like I said, how big that it has gotten...
Yeah.
Since release, they're probably like, we need to pump these out. Like, as soon as we can.
Yeah. I mean, make as much... Like, let's say, something does happen. They can have all this money to help fight the man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about, fighting the man.
And I just have to go on record and say that the narrative for Game Pass games being affected by Game Pass, I think this game is definitely an exception.
What do you mean by that?
There are people that say, like, Game Pass ruins video games.
Why?
Because that's crazy.
I guess they view it as a game is being made just to be put on a service. And to a point, I kind of understand where they're coming from because it kind of hurts the sales for a game. Because, like,
I'm sure they're getting paid a pretty good check, though.
Yeah, I don't really know any numbers
either,
on that, but it's like the mindset that you had that, and it's not a bad thing,
right?
But when you say that, oh, I'm not paying $30 for this, I'm just going to pay $10 for Game Pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the smarter move.
Yeah.
But in return, the game, in some people's eyes, are like, okay, well, it's not as polished as it should be because it's just like a quick cash grab you put on Game Pass.
Well,
guaranteed money type thing.
I'm going to be honest. The last thing that you just said, I think is true even in Pal World.
Yeah.
Because all the updates come to Steam first.
Oh, okay.
All the updates that I've seen come like 2 or 3 days to Steam before they go to PC Game Pass.
Well, a lot of developers actually focus on the PC version first.
Really?
Yeah.
And nowadays. Anyway.
Then the Xbox.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about about Steam versus PC?
Early access. Sorry, I mean like early access.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I know there's not like a whole lot of early access type games that do release on consoles. I mean, there's a few.
Yeah.
But
I want to talk about that too.
But like, I don't know, just where Pal World is in this weird thing where they've got the PC Game Pass and the console Game Pass. I know they're like technically the same version where you can cross-play, but they're really not.
But it's different. Like,
and then you got Steam's version. Right. I don't know how I guess similar that the Game Pass PC and the Steam version are, but I don't think they can be very similar where you are cross-playing with like
PC and
Xbox.
There was some glitches in like there was some glitches like with the creatures and stuff like that in the Game Pass version that I haven't seen yet
Like visually, or
no, just like the way they move, because like how the pals can like have their own, like some can mine, some can like harvest wood, some can get
animations.
Yes.
Okay.
The animations for the Game Pass version, they would like glitch a little bit more. Like when it happens sometimes in Steam too. Don't get me wrong, because there's a bunch of stuff going on at the same time.
Oh, for sure.
But
for sure.
like it seemed like it happened more because like whenever that happens, you just gotta go to like your PAL box and like get them out and then put them back in, stuff like that to like get them unglitched or whatever. But it seemed like I was doing a whole lot more with the Game Pass version of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me.
Yeah. But are you enjoying the Steam version like more or the
yes.
same? Okay.
Yeah, and another thing, I'm a really big numbers guy.
Mm-hmm.
So on the Xbox version, it didn't track how many hours I was playing it.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, I know that's probably not like a deal breaker for some
I get
people,
it.
but for me, it was like a deal breaker. Like I was gonna buy it on Steam eventually anyway, just because of that.
It's just kind of like an accomplishment. That's what I like about Steam too, because especially when you load up the game like Cyberpunk, I've got like 40 hours into it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh yeah, time to add on to that.
Yeah, keep it rolling. Man.
Yeah. So
another thing I was want to talk about that we kind of touched on earlier. I don't think I ever played an early access game on console. Really and truly.
I'm trying to think.
Like, I don't think I played any.
I feel like there's one in my head, but for whatever reason, I can't think of it.
But, like, I'm not counting, like, pre-orders.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not counting
Yeah,
that.
no. Like, actual, like, early access, like, hey, we're just letting you guys know this game is not 100% right now. You are playing, like, an earlier version. I feel like there's a couple examples, which are far more rare.
Yeah.
Because I can think of, like, 4 that are out right now on PC.
Exactly,
Steam and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know.
I don't
can't
ever remember
think of
doing
them.
it. Yeah.
Oh, there was one that Telltale made, like the people that made the Walking Dead game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They made another zombie game, but I can't remember what it was called. It was kind of bad though when I played it. But it was on PlayStation. But it was 7 Days to Die. I think that's what it's called.
Nice.
And it was really buggy, man. It was terrible. It was so bad.
Yeah.
But I think there's more, but I can't.
Yeah, I just can't think of
any.
them. I don't know why.
But there wasn't many.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember when Ark first came out on PC. I had just gotten my Alienware laptop.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I want to get this.
Yeah.
I hated every minute of it. Dude, I hated it. That was when I was like, I'm never buying an early access game again. It was so buggy. People were mean to me.
What?
Yeah, can you believe it? Online?
What?
They bullied me. They knocked me out, and they destroyed my little fiber hut that I created and the clothes I made. They took it off and then left me naked.
That happens.
And they pooped on me.
Oh, no.
When you're past that, you can hear them pooping on you.
Oh, that's sad.
Then I woke up and my thing's on fire, and I was like, dang it, this sucks, man.
That's so funny. Well, so I haven't asked this question in a very long time. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
New York City, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It just looks so cool in the movies. Plus, like, Spider-Man. I don't know. I've just always had, like, this... It's funny. It's, I guess, in Spider-Man movies, people always talk about how, like, New York City is, like, a character.
Yeah.
In the movies, and it's really true, but it's got like this vibe and atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
And I've always just been curious, like how different city life would be in a major city like New York City compared to how we are here.
Ain't that the city that never sleeps? Is that Las Vegas?
No, it is.
Okay.
You're right. City that never sleeps, and just seeing like the city lights all the time at night would just be really pretty. I just feel like. I know that you probably have to pay like $4,000 a month for like a studio apartment with like 20 feet to work with, but I don't know. It's just the thing.
Fun experience.
Yeah, the thing that people always say: if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a challenge in itself, but obviously, I'm never going to live in New York City.
You might.
No,
Who knows?
No, there's no way. But
who knows?
You can always dream, I guess.
That's right.
What about you?
If I could live anywhere, I've asked this question. I've actually asked this question probably 26 times to 26
Oh, okay,
different people.
okay.
Where, if I could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Why? I think I would live like.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but have you ever answered this question on a podcast?
I think I have once before.
Okay.
And I think it was. I think I said a cliche thing like right here. I would live right here, but I don't want to give you.
Moorhead, Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't want to give you that answer. I think that I would want to live in like at the point I am in my life right now. I think I'd want to live in like Montana,
Something remote.
somewhere remote.
Okay.
Like I have to drive 4 hours to get somewhere. I want my
human
food,
interaction.
exactly. I want my food
non-existent.
airdropped from a helicopter, and the guy like it's AI flying, not even a dude flying. Like I would be so happy with that. That I'm just kind of getting a little burnt out on people, man.
Oh man, I get that. I get that a lot.
Gage?
Yeah. What about you, Gage?
Yeah, what about you, dog?
Sorry, I'm just thinking about the Montana thing.
Yeah, Dave
That
Montana.
one's
exciting.
That one kind of got me.
Oh, yeah?
What's up,
Yeah.
baby?
Like you like live in a treehouse up there.
Dude,
You like
bet.
skin your own animals and
Yeah,
stuff. Put the
yeah.
hides up.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
To catch like a moose, and he's my buddy.
Yeah.
We'll name him Mike.
You like riding
Mike
or
the
something?
moose. Yeah, to town. That's why it takes me 5 hours to get there.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you know, whatever works. I guess,
Yeah,
you know? If
whatever
it makes you
floats your
happy,
boat.
yeah, if it makes you
Yeah.
happy. I don't know. I've always there's always been something about like European countries for me.
I thought.
Like
See,
growing
I
up.
thought about that too.
Oh, okay.
I can't
Yeah.
exactly say where, but I just think like I don't know. I just think somewhere outside of the United States would be cool.
Yeah, something completely different that you
Yeah,
have no
no,
idea
exactly.
what's going on. Yeah.
Which don't get me wrong, it'd be absolutely terrifying. Like you know, different
Yeah.
different customs and different just ways of life in general.
Oh,
Different things people
dude, it's
know
so
and do
different.
day to day. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, but it'd be cool. I mean, it'd be cool to see
Never.
what it's about, like how other people.
I'll tell you one
Yeah.
that freaks me out is it's so minor, but it still bothers me. I don't know why. But people in the United Kingdom or England,
Mm-hmm.
they don't refrigerate their milk.
I didn't know that. I'm still
How
want
does
to go.
that How does that
their
work?
I guess their temperature is mostly cold usually,
Yeah,
and people in Europe also don't have air conditioners.
dude. We went to Seattle, Washington. They didn't have any air conditioners.
Really?
They had nothing.
Seattle doesn't?
Nope.
But it's not typically cold all the time, is it?
Pretty. Yeah,
Is it
usually.
cold all the time?
Yeah, usually.
Oh.
They'll get
So-
like 2 or 3 foot of snow. Yeah, like it's like super cold. Like we went there in the middle, I guess the hottest time of the year. Like
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it like broke records.
You also had a terrible time with your first plane
Oh, yeah,
experience, too. I remember
Did I ever
that.
tell you that?
I don't believe so.
First time I ever on a plane ever in my life. We had engine failure.
Weren't there fire trucks at the
There's
runway?
5 fire trucks waiting for us at the runway in Seattle.
Was he freaking out, Skylar?
Yeah, no, that seems problematic.
Yeah, dude, it was tough. And it happened like
You were asleep?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I was in between both of them. And I heard this underneath my feet. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like either we
It's
just hit
just an engine.
either we just hit the biggest bird known to man or there's something going on with the engine.
Oh yeah,
And I woke them up. I was freaking out. I was shaking both of them. I was like, we're going to die. They're like, we've been on so many planes. You're not going to die. And then as we were landing, Skylar's dad said, oh, that'd be funny if that was for us. The fire trucks on the runway. And it was. They're like, yeah, probably about halfway through the flight, we had to turn off the AC because we had one engine fail. So I need to get a little bit
nice.
closer to the mechanic.
problems.
Yeah.
You just look out the window and it just completely detaches, and you're like, just nice.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no.
Terrible experience.
Dude, it was awful.
But
Guys, you guys want to talk about anything else? Think we're
I don't
good?
have any.
I think I got everything.
Dude,
I think
yeah.
I got it all out.
Yeah.
I think I'm good for
Michael,
for a little while.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I really
man.
appreciate it. Guys, if you have made it to this part of the podcast, make sure that you comment chicken nugget. Just make sure you put chicken nugget in the comments, and I'll know you guys
With
watched it all the way.
Szechuan sauce. If
With
you can spell Szechuan,
Then you super made it.
you super made it.
But guys, thank you for watching, viewing, subscribing. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button now. Thanks.